Jakob from the latest season of Love is Blind Sweden is a liar and a gaslighter, and Karolina knows it, but she doesn't care. Well, at least she didn't when she agreed to marry him. And to me, it's just wild. It's just wild, and it's giving desperado. And a lot of the girls on this season were giving very much desperate to marry. And I feel like for Carolina, I feel like maybe she thinks that the clock is ticking. She looks very young. She does not look 38. She looks like she's in her 20s. But I think because she's 38, approaching 40, the clock is ticking. I feel like even coming on this show, it was a last resort for her. And, she's determined to get a husband. However, this husband manifests, darling. Like a man telling two women the same thing is not uncommon on this show. And some of them do find a way to talk themselves out of it. But Jakob did not do that with any tact. He just went straight to gaslighting and love bombing. And you know what? I knew Carolina wasn't going to stand on business. And she pretty much told us she wasn't going to stand on business when she basically says that she doesn't care about anything bad that anyone else has to say about Jakob. Basically saying like she doesn't really care for anyone coming to her as a woman, because Emil came to her as a woman and said, this dirty dog is telling us both the same thing and is using this very personal issue in his life to basically manipulate us. She knows full well that's what he did. But I feel like maybe what let her, look past the gaslighting and the lying, and I think rationalizing it in a kind of mind of a woman that's desperate to marry by any means necessary, I think it's the fact that he picked her. Because yes, he did all of these things, but he picked her. She ended up being the first choice. So I feel like she was happy with that, Would she have felt differently if she was if Emil was the first choice, but she decided to call it off because of the lying, and then he chose her? I don't know. But like I said, it seems like she's very desperate to marry. Well, what do you guys think? Do you feel like she's just ignoring all of these red flags, or do you feel like it's the love bombing here? Because Jakob was love bombing very hard, and he did it multiple times, and it seems like she fell for it every single time. But did she really fall for it, or was she just ignoring it and just thinking, well, at least I'm first place? I got to hear from you guys, because I'm still kind of like in two minds with her. And then the irony of the situation, she's done all of that. She's ignored the fact that he's a liar and a gaslighter, taking him, even though it's a bit embarrassing that this is the levels that her desperation has got her to, all for them to meet in real life. And she's not even attracted to him. And she's dissatisfied. And she's like just spent basically all the time ever since meeting him in real life just complaining about him. I thought that was a bit ironic. It seems like, she's still going with him. Like in the trailer, it looks like they will at least get to the weddings. So who knows where her desperation will take her? Do we think it will take her to saying yes at the aisle? Will they get that far? I've got to hear from you guys. Can this ignoring of Jakob's wild behavior be justified? I've got to hear from you guys.